We now turn our focus to another one of our great community partners, Walker. I had the pleasure of visiting their renewable natural gas facility in Thorold recently to find out how they extract gas from their landfills and turn it into clean energy. Let's have a look.
We are putting a vacuum on the landfill. We pull that gas into our plant and push it out through compressors to the various utilization projects we have on site, which includes the generation of electricity and this facility here, which is a renewable natural gas facility.
The first stop for that gas is at that blower.
That's correct. The gas comes from the gas plant to the blower, and that blower pushes the gas through the entire system here behind me.
What actually happens through all of this equipment that's behind you?
Through each phase of the project, we are removing a constituent of the landfill gas that we don't want. So landfill gas is 45% methane, 50% CO2, and has a number of other things like nitrogen and oxygen. And only the methane can go into the natural gas grid. So we're trying to remove all of the individual components from the gas, leaving only the methane at the very end.
Basically, when it comes through this process, it is just like consumer natural gas.
Yes, that's correct. There's no difference between the methane we'll inject from this process than there is from the methane you would get from a well that you drill into the Earth's crust. Same gas.
Landfills have been going on for over 100 years, and a lot of that gas has just ended up in the atmosphere from landfills. Why wasn't something like this done 100 years ago?
There have been a number of utilization projects that do use the methane from landfills to generate electricity. That's been going on for decades. But the ability to clean up the gas and just harvest the methane from it is really a technology that's only become commercially viable in the last 10 or 15 years.
Walker is working with some other organizations to build the largest such gas plant in all of Ontario.
That's correct. This is the first renewable natural gas facility in Ontario in partnership with Comcor Environmental and Enbridge.
Are other locations doing this as well? Other organizations, other municipalities?
Yeah, there are a number of these facilities across the country, particularly in Quebec. There is a very large-scale facility. This one here is the largest in Ontario, but there are others planned and have been announced by a number of other companies.
How is the landfill gas produced?
So landfill gas is naturally occurring through the process of the decomposition of organics in the landfill under anaerobic decomposition conditions. So in the absence of oxygen, it creates methane, and so it's a natural function of there being organics in the landfill.
These orange pipes that I'm seeing coming out of the ground, what are they?
Those are the landfill gas extraction wells. We have about 280 of those wells on site. They're drilled vertically down into the waste mound, and then we put them under a vacuum where they collect the landfill gas before it has an opportunity to escape into the atmosphere.
You also have the option to supply untreated natural gas to other industries.
Yeah, that's correct. We are currently sending enough landfill gas to the General Motors facility on Glendale Avenue for them to make 6.4 megawatts of electricity and about 8 megawatts of thermal energy. So the gas doesn't have to be in its cleanest form to be utilized. We can do it in a number of different forms.
How is that gas getting to the General Motors plant?
Again, we extract it from the same points in the landfill that the gas that's coming here, and then instead of diverting it to this facility, we continue to push it down a pipeline that's connected directly to the GM facility.
What are some of the other advantages besides the environmental advantages?
Well, the clear advantage is the environmental advantage. We're displacing fossil gas and lowering the carbon intensity of the natural gas grid in Ontario, and therefore lowering the climate change impacts of gas that's consumed by all of the residents and all of the businesses in Ontario. But also it's a good utilization. We're not wasting a resource that's available to us, and it gives us an opportunity to harvest a perfectly usable resource from the landfill.
We will continue our look at Walker next month with a feature on renewable energy from food waste. Please join us in Thorold. I'm Mike Balsom, reporting for The Source.